Hey, mate. Welcome back to the VidyaBox and to Best Bonds. Now, I have a little bit of an itinerary in this episode, which is, unlike me, because my itinerary seems to just change from day to day. But what's important is that I'm actually recording a fucking episode, for once. So, there is that. But, I was given a little bit of a cryptic hint. Just cryptic enough so that if you don't want to look into it, you don't have to, but I wanted to make the best out of this Let's Play, so I chased a few people, I pestered them, and now I now have sort of a rough idea of where we're supposed to be going, so we're gonna try and make something of it this episode. We need to get to Pagewood in the northeast, and I've looked at the tracts and everything like that, and since the only way that you unlock the shortcuts proper in the tract is by going to the, say there's Arcasin Metis, Arcasin Tract, you'd then find something that's just called Arcasin, and I believe that Arcasin is probably somewhere up here, or round in the Bone Salt Wetlands, so we can't really unlock that, so we're just gonna go to the Marsh Clearing. But, actually sat in on a stream at some point semi-recently with the creator of this game, Captain Jerbear, and it was really insightful, and I got a little bit of a nice little kick up the arse to put me in the right direction round here, so that was nice. There is a broad clearing in the marsh vegetation here. It might be an acceptable place to camp, and it is large enough to accommodate the whole group. So I imagine it's what is this? Is this just something that's set up for a stronghold? Maybe if you like swamp decor. I know I have a friend who does. It'll be a nice little stronghold for your party. If you're it looks kind of small actually. I don't know. Probably wouldn't fit my party like at all. I kind of need this big place that I'm at right now. I need those extra 9 spaces. Although I could have done without a lot of the extra party members, but it doesn't matter. We're far beyond that now. We're far beyond that point. These guys seem to be a little bit below our level. Oh, and our level of competence apparently. But yeah, it was really nice to sit down and watch the guy work. I watched him do a bunch of game dev stuff, and that was really neat. It was it was quite refreshing, and I was privileged enough to be able to see a bunch of stuff that maybe I shouldn't have seen just yet. But I'll not talk about that. I'll not give away his secrets. But it was very nice to see what he's got in store. And there we go. Area is secured. Not a lot of experience from this map, but that's to be expected. We didn't really do much. Let's get on with the leveling. Beto, I would say his defenses are a little bit low, but I've actually been toying with the idea of getting him Luck of the Devil. So if we start work on the utility stuff first, and then we can go all out and fight or something like that, then that'll give him a good boost to his hunt as well. So I mean, he's a ranged character. He's not supposed to be in melee. He now has all the bonus health that he's going to get, unfortunately, unless we were to put like loads of points into guard. But he's only half of the max level, so we got a ways to go. Nizar has 2 points to spend, and we were gonna get yeah, actually, no, good idea. Get him those points in Whisper Walk. 2 points in that. So just put 1 point in dodge. 1 point in guard, that increases fight as well, and he can now move around without spending any risk, which is great. Borgnina, not quite her favourite level, is, I was toying with the idea of getting the guard, the dodge, and the ward all up at the same time, and I still am, but what I'm going to have to do, I think, is start making my way towards healthy, so... You know, like I do with a lot of characters, so I'm just going to put all 3 points into labor, and get dodge and ward up to kind of chase guard after a while, and yeah, eventually fight hunt. Maybe Blast will go up a little bit. Maybe we'll get Imarcus eventually, but she's got a long way to go as well. And that was the Marsh Clearing. Was that the name of the map? Yeah. So let's, unassuming home. Unassuming home, I'm pretty sure, yeah. You know what, I'm gonna take a detour, actually. I know I should be going up here, but I'm gonna be going here, to the unassuming home, because I need to bring Borgnina here, apparently. Now, let's save it, because I don't want a rerun of what happened last episode. It was, a bitch to lose all of that progress. When I told Jerbear about it, oh man, he... I found it funny, but he was like, oh god! I'm so sorry. I mean, come on. Carrillo spamming help was fucking great, come on. A small unassuming home that appears to still be intact would make a decent shelter for the night. Let's do it. It's a nice warm day here in the UK. I say nice and warm, but it's not really up to my liking. My partner is the kind of guy who's just kind of like, why don't you go out in the sunshine? It's nice and pretty, and there's bees and birds and spiders and butterflies. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why I don't like going outside. There's a journal on the table here. I've cleared out the other room and pulled up the floor so I can... Huh? I can begin my dig in earnest. So he's digging underneath his house? I don't know what I'll find down there, but my gut tells me this is what I need to do. Huh. So you just got an inkling that you needed to. It's like that bit in System Shock 2 where he's like, I hacked into one of the sim units today. For the love of God, I don't know why. Like, he's just... I'm just doing shit because Cthulhu Monster's telling me to. That's a good job we brought Borgnina here. I was really disappointed that I wasn't able to, like, exorcise that one house up in the north of the map. So it just keeps on going down, does it? I misread that as big journal. I was gonna say, these journal entries aren't too big, so... It's much clearer here. I need to keep going down. I just wish I knew why. Yeah, he doesn't know why. He's just compelled by some kind of bullshit logic. Kobolds have moved in, though. Kobolds move in everywhere. I'm wondering, what these kobolds are, because I'm, like, used to the kind of, kobolds that are, like, almost, doggish and gnollish, and these kind of look like shadow creatures or something. I have no idea. They look like the things from, Heart of Darkness, Eric Chahi's, second game. Man, I ought to play Another World. I imagine if you're American and you're watching this, you probably know it as Out of This World. You can't light a torch during combat, you fat shit. Let's get rid of this, morgue. Is this the guy? Is this the guy who was digging? Well, it was, maybe. So Kardak's poisoned. We have to, see if we can't finish this before the round is up. Well, Borgnina seems to be more than capable of handling that shit, so... And let's see if Nazar can do it just as well. Ah, damn it, I was trying to switch to Beto. Couldn't in time. So we only lost a little bit of health. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, I used to love Another World. I was actually, I think I mentioned it to J-Bear in the stream. It used to be one of my favorite little side-scrolling action games. It was made by one guy all on his own in like the 1990s. I think it came out in 1992? I don't remember. But he just worked on it all himself for like 2 years on like fucking Commodore and Amiga and shit like that, and PC DOS, and... It's just so good, and Heart of Darkness I thought was just as good, but it kind of fell apart just because... you see a lot of this today. I'm sorry, I should be reading this dig journal, but I just kind of want to finish my thought, otherwise it'll just be lost to the ether. Whenever you get like an author thing that really works, as soon as you have some kind of like big team involved in it, that's usually when it goes to shit, and it's really unfortunate that Eric Chahi, he kind of wanted to do something real good with Heart of Darkness, and it kind of wasn't as well liked. It was definitely harder than Another World, but yeah, really great games, those two. I think he makes he made From Dust recently. I've hit some kind of brickwork. A ruin? I can't really tell. I don't really care. I just know that I need to get inside, no matter what. Well, he brought all of his beds down here with him, all of his 3 beds. I think there were only 2 beds. Oh, Jesus Christ. Demons are birthed from eggs. Well, actually, that looked more like a fucking womb than an egg. Jesus Christ. As you approach, the fleshy part ruptures, and the massive body of a demon topples out, naked and wet. After a brief moment, he struggles to stand, his legs shaking under his own weight, and his eyes find yours. You? I heard your footsteps echoing through the darkness. How long have I been here? The demon looks at his own body with amazement, touching his skin with his fingertips, as if it is for the first time he's seen it. Looks up once again, his voice more confident this time. I have been reborn. Move aside and I shall leave you in peace. This is why we needed to bring Borgnina. And allow you to roam free to spread your wickedness as you please? No, demon. You shall be put down where you stand, in the name of And so you force my first movements to be violent? So be it then. You know what, that's a very good point, I guess. Sure. But, I wonder what our feelings are for all the demons we already have in the party, specifically the ones that walk around with a permanent fucking erection. About that. Let's see if we can one-shot this guy! No, but we did cause him pain. I think we should let, Borgnina take the front lines on this. He's not lost all his health yet, that's concerning. Beto nearly took him out. Beto nearly kill-stealed. Let's defend for now. Kardak actually took a bunch of damage while guarding. And Kardag's not exactly a... Look at him, he's got 2,500 guard and the Maleficar plate. That's crazy. Wow. Well, come on, Borgnina, I know you can do it. She needs to get the kill. She... needs to... There we go. By our righteous hand, you are banished, demon. Trouble this realm no more. And that's that. We got a toad obsidian for our trouble. I guess we can just sell it. But yeah, we could sell it and add to the pile, with which we'll use to buy... fucking... I don't know, we'll just... I guess we'll just... merge it all together. We'll just merge all our money together to just generate, like, you know... I don't know, some kind of living on this land. You just rub enough money together and eventually, like, food just pops out of the ether and nothingness. Now let's do a bit of leveling. We got a few more skill points even though there were only a few fights. But, that one at the end, if I hadn't been as overpowered as, I had, I think that might have ended badly. That's my problem, really. I was too eager to get levels. Oh well. So, we were going in to look at the devil with Beto. It's gonna be a bit, and we are gonna end up with Down to Earth. But it's I think it's gonna be worth it, especially with a ranged character. I don't know if my stomach growling is appearing on the mic. I really hope it's not, because sometimes this mic is really hot and just picks up everything. But yeah, really weird. So yep, I think that's enough now. We can just keep putting points into fight. And there we go. Healthy. Gets a bunch more health. His guard is remarkably high, but I want him to at least deal some comparable damage. Maybe I can actually leave the damage a little bit once I hit like 2,000 and something, to be honest, because these fights are over really quick, especially with Kardak in the party. Who could have known that, like, buggering dudes would make you that strong? So, 2 more points should... No, we need just 1 more point, and then I think, Yeah, just one more point in ward, and then all of this lot will be kind of level. I guess. Nah, screw it. Let's focus on the labor, because we do need to get it up reasonably fast. And we also unlocked a bunch of inventory slots with her, so that's fine. That means that she's a lot more useful. She can carry some extra gear, equipment, healing potions, etc. So we didn't really unlock anything more that we just like linked things together. But that was a little bit of a closure for Borgnina, I guess. We're gonna change the party a bit, maybe. Because Beto's fine, having a ranged character is fine. We do need Bizarre. Fuck. We do need Nazar because I need to go to a place called the Seaside Congregation. And that's apparently one of the encounter notes that's on my list. So who are we gonna replace? Well, who's Wisaka's quite low level. I guess we could get Wisaka up. And, well, Beauregard doesn't really need to go too far until he's max level either, so he's a potential. But let's go to the Secluded Commune. A shoddy commune has been established here. It's in very poor condition, but that appears to be because it was poorly built, not because it's particularly old. Was it built recently then, maybe? Or what? Well, there's a bunch of see no evil thralls. Light all the torches, just in case. I don't think this will be a map where you need to light all the torches, but hey, I can't talk or interact with them or attack them. They're gonna become active when I, like, step on a certain... There is a lever here, so let's, go ahead and... There we go. By Methax's command, you are ordered to leave. Walk away now. Fuck you. You were warned! Come, brothers, Methaxis calls upon us to defend him from these intruders. Well, what you get for living in servitude. Some fucking buff people will just come in and fucking murder you for doing your job. You know, the thankless task. I should have swapped to Frenzy there, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, god damn it, Wisaka. It doesn't matter. Beto, of all people, saved you. You know Beto, that guy who's constantly terrified of everything? Yeah? Have a look in here. Seems to be a washroom of some kind. Nothing that we can really make use of. Man, I must be starving and I just don't know. Do you ever wake up and then, like, go for a few hours in the day and then wonder if you've eaten it all? And... Oh! Hello! You'll notice that she didn't get an exclamation mark above her head. That's because this character is one of the, this is one of the important, unique characters. Alright. Excellent. Do we get her on this map, then? Because that's great if we do. Gonna move over here. Swap to, Frenzy, see if I can't just, end this real quick. No, but I did get the, that caster out of the way. We can't reach... But if we move there, we can hit them both! Damn it, Wisaka! He's been on the bench for so long, I feel really bad. This is my fault. Oh, well. But, hey, I've been having some thoughts on as to what I should do on Wizardry 8, and, I kind of want to release him, but at the same time... I'm kind of having a see no evil episode where, is it crueler to release them into the wilds, or is it, just, kinda to take their lives, you know? Screw it, you can go. You can go, Gaydar! Your Gaydar was terrible. Oh, my friend has an immaculate Gaydar. It's so good. He saw Max Landis and he's like, no, Max Landis is gay. Max Landis is a filmmaker, screenwriter? I think he's mainly just a screenwriter. He's popped up on Red Letter Media a bunch of times. Seems to be a really class-act guy most of the time. And, good god, Max Landis just kind of... Oh, that was funny. It was really funny, because he's always wearing this, like, rainbow, like, he's got a hoodie, and the inside of it's like a rainbow, like, pattern. And, sometimes he dyes his hair, like, rainbow colors, and it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. He's the son of, John Landis, who did the Blues Brothers, and, somebody else? I don't remember, I'm not too big on directors, but he's like, no, he's definitely gay. And then he left our little movie night, and, checked it up. He's not. So he comes back and I say, no, you're wrong, he's not. And then we sat down and we watched a little bit of a review for Pixels, that terrible fucking Adam Sandler movie. No, Josh Gad is totally gay, and he was so adamant. He actually got like kind of fiery about it. He was like, Josh Gad is a homosexual comedian. I look it up. A wife. His kids, you know. So he's pretty low on the scoreboard on his gaydar. Anyway, enough about gaydar, because this little minx, you can get her really early in the game if she breaks you out, but so that's kind of a dice roll, and you have to pick a certain crime, etc. So let's speak to this vagrant. Well, that was annoying. You have any idea how long it took to get them to let me in here? Oh well. I wanted to do that a few times myself over the last week or so, but you're much better at cracking heads than I am. She stares at the ceiling for a moment, apparently thinking about something. Okay, so here's the deal. Now that you've started shit, this whole place is gonna come down. That's good. It's convenient. What do you say we make a detour through the father's quarters and mop up some of their valuables, Fortunately, they told me how to open the door already. Funny, huh? All you have to do is repeat their stupid bullshit back at them, and then they think you're the best thing ever. Anyway, we'll split the take. I open doors, you break skulls. See you. So, that character, if I remember correctly, is a tank, a dodge tank, and she has some remarkable, abilities, which help her tank. I think, maybe her dodging is kind of like Carrillo's dodging was at the very start of the game, before I made him, more combat-oriented. It's all dodge-based, but, if she gets hit, I think the person who hits her immediately fumbles or something. So, you know, it's like, sure, her ability is based on getting hit, but her strength is not getting hit. That's kind of two different strengths. So, like, if one fails, you immediately fall back into a failsafe. So she's a really good tank. Actually quite recommend, taking her along, I guess. Let's attack one of the thralls. I think they're weaker, so... Yep. That'll do it. And, this, what are they called again? Juragumo. Yeah, I remember. Damn it. Wisaka's out of the picture then. Let's see if Beto can't finish the job. No, he can't. He stole some money, but he, kinda ate shit there. Let's see if Nazar can pull it off. Yes, he can! Critical of 420. But yes, so she's excellent to have, with her, so that's, she's kind of the opposite to Borgnina. Borgnina is more of a magical protection-based, tank. This, drawer has a key inside of it. That's great, just a regular normal key. And, she's a little bit more, gimmicky, I guess. Excellent if you have a lot of, mages in the party, because then all she has to do is take some magical protections and stuff. You know, like, maybe get some warding, get the ward skill up a little bit, and, maybe some protection to fall back on, sure. Bunch of points in guard, etc. But, mainly in dodge, and she's just, you just leave her on her own, while you just fire away from a distance. And I've heard, like, a complaint, levied against this game, that's kind of, if you want someone to tank, it's so simple, you just get someone to go in and tank. And it's, I'm gonna say it's a lot more layered than that. I mean, if you want to pull off those tactics, that's good. I mean, surely that's the point in the game's favor when the tanking works. Idiot. But, yeah, much like the other tanks in the game, All very solid, but I think I would actually prefer her as a tank if I was like min-maxing everything. Maybe, unless somebody else has like better stuff. Because you need to remember that dodge affects spells as well. Approaching the great Methaxus is not permitted. Only the fathers may speak directly to his worship. If you've questions, speak to the fathers. I believe that she unlocked that door. There's a bookshelf. Are we going to get a lore lesson? A pamphlet catches your eye. It describes how this cult is centered around the worship of the great and powerful Methaxus. There aren't any useful details regarding just what Methaxus is, but the praise in this print is deliriously overzealous. Oh, so we're just dealing with cult 481 then, I guess. I don't like these things. I remember they deal a lot of crit damage. Well, it's kind of a lot per card egg, but I should have remembered to take Frenzy off. Oh well. Bogeyman down. Cardex still in the fight. I kind of wish I had Borgnina at this point. Borgnina would be able to wipe the risk. And we've just introduced yet another one of these guys into the fight. What am I equipped with? I'm equipped with Duelist. So I guess I'll just keep moving, because I do have Whisper Walk on Nazar, and I'll just keep on, I'll go this side of him. I'll just keep hitting, and if I do get hit, then that means my risk's gonna go back down to 0, and I can just keep hitting him. So let's, swap weapons now. And play it. Now let's play it risky. Damn it. Wisaka can't play risky. It doesn't work with Wisaka. Oh, damn it. It's because Kardec was on the final space that he could move, so we just kind of went into the wall. Damn it. Jebber and I actually had like a small little back and forth about pathfinding. And the pathfinding in games is often, people often describe it to me as one of the single worst things to develop for a game. It's always like possibly the most infuriating thing that you'll program is getting like all of these pathfinding nodes worked out and such. I think that like maybe a potential workaround for this game, because there's like a, let's have a look at this, the soft shoes accessory, movement 2. Although I think it could potentially break the game for like going at speed, because you're moving around like movement by movement, but your companions, if out of combat all of the non-controlled characters were set to like movement 300, maybe that would get them? I don't know. But then again, it would lock them into these long animations, because I don't believe you can interrupt a movement animation, so that would be a poor little, yeah, as a matter of fact, that's, I don't think that's a good idea. Don't listen to me. I've only ever tried to make a game once, and that was as like a writer concept artist. And, I think I've already mentioned that before. Didn't turn out too well. Well, it's not that it didn't turn out too well, but, it's more it just didn't, get finished. Well, that was fun. Now, what were you watching? You weren't there. Now, I've never seen this Methaxus before, but I bet they just made it up to scare people. Shall we find out? There, it's open. Piece of cake. After you, just in case. So I believe that she's kind of the female equivalent of, Peregrine? Almost. Well, let's, go and see what's behind here. What do we bet? I'm willing to bet Cthulhu Monster. Anyone else? Anyone else Cthulhu Monster? Well, that's my bet. And I've lost. What's my punishment? Tell me in the comments. See if we can daddy crit this down. Nope. But 310's a very respectable amount. His tile is right there, so if I move here, I'll be safe with Wisaka. Made him recoil a bit, so we've still got a little bit of time before we get fucked up. I think we've got this. I think we might have this down in one round. Yeah, we do. Nazar takes the kill. And let's see if we can't loot everything from here. 500 gold pieces. Ornamental helmet. We'll put all of these. We'll put all of the saleable loot in our porter inventory. And what was that, a lucky ring? A lucky ring? Haven't seen one of those lying around in a while. And yet another antique chalice. Which, yeah, we still haven't sold that one that I picked up from the last map. Because, apparently there was something about the Winterbound Mine. There's a lot of things going on in the Winterbound Mine, which is where we kind of, glitched out last time in the previous episode. There's not a lot that we can do about it. It just happens sometimes. I think kind of the same thing happens on the menu when sometimes you'll click on it as it's wiping and you won't be able to interact with anything until you press like escape. It's weird, but I was well and truly fucked there. There was no way out of that one last episode. It sounded a bit ugly, but you made it out in more or less one piece, I see. Did you find anything good in there? I did. Hey, that's great. Now, I don't have to share this stuff I swiped from the barracks. Oh, I read that wrong. Hey, that's great. Now I don't have to share this stuff I swiped from the barracks. Just keep whatever it was you found, huh? Sounds like you worked for it. I'm Rosaline. Thanks for the help. Now I can fuck off with the loot and not have to worry about some dragon cult hunting me down and exacting vengeance. Yikes. Rosaline tosses her hair, obviously more relaxed now that the trouble has been dealt with. I'm gonna see if there's any food worth taking before I head out. I'll see you later. We're 31 minutes in, so this is gonna have to be our last map, but I think she's gonna be where all that horrible bland soup and hard crust was, maybe. Let's go and find out, because I think it would be silly to like find her here and not recruit her like on the same map. Yeah, she's there. But then again, I've been wrong about that before, honestly. I seem to remember there being like some kind of goblin around the place, and I haven't seen him for a long while. Do you remember him? He was always like looting something, and then he's just disappeared. Not a whole lot here, really. Nothing exciting, at least. Yeah, soup is the fucking worst. So they feed us nothing but this bland crap, day in, day out. We could go hunting or something, but no! That would be too exciting. Bore you to tears on purpose so that any activity they give you seems exciting. Perhaps they were always way excited to get called to the father's cabins. I read that wrong as well. People were always way excited to get called to the father's cabin. I wonder how much ass they were getting. Oh sure, we'll just drift around, pissing off cults the Isle over. Particularly if they're based around angry dragons. Wait, you were serious? Oh well, this is awkward. You know though, you were really steady back there. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to hang around you for a while. I'm in! So there we go. We have a nice dodge-based tank, and I think that I might actually even focus on that. I might actually make that the focal point of her training. So I'm gonna have to swap to her immediately and gear her up, and well, that'll be the episode. Let's see how much experience we got. Bunch by the looks of it. 193% of the intended experience. So with Beto again, all thwart all the time, because I'm not really gonna be putting too much into Hunt, even though he is a poacher. But I really do want to get luck at the devil. Maybe I'll get like a few more pieces in pips in Hunt, but mainly I just want to get fight up, get his base damage up with the bow, and you know, a lot less botching. Nazar, no, we already got healthy on him. That was my goal the first time. Merciless wouldn't be, you know, too undesirable at all. But it's whether or not we can reach it in the 5 or so levels that we have left after this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that'll do it, I guess. But to nah, screw it. Let's just keep maximizing this now. We're fine. A hunt of 1260 is fine. And I don't really think that we need anything out of the mage tree. So I'm happy with him. And Wisaka, we haven't seen Wisaka in quite a while. So I'm not even sure what we were really going for, but we probably wanted more health. We probably wanted him to be a bit less squishy. He's got some decent melee stats, so... I guess we... Oh, he is neutral as well, so, his manpower... You know what? Fuck manpower, we're past that already. Have you seen how much we have? No, I think we're gonna be fine for manpower. We'll get those big hits in. So what do we unlock? We unlocked a Dusty Monastery, so that's our only way into Pagewood proper, unless there's some kind of bridge over from the Forgotten Homestead. There's a Mire, and that's everything that we've unlocked. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm going to jump straight onto the next episode, because I actually want to give you guys some content after so long of just fucking nothing. You know, I've already complained about not having the atmosphere to record in, but, you know, I'm gonna take what I can get. So stay safe, I love you all, and have a great night.